And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter along with Keith Fustel. We're live by the historic Laurel Park paddock, and I know it's a big day down there in Louisville, Kentucky Oaks Day today. Tomorrow they have that big final Preakness prep down there at Churchill tomorrow. We'll talk about all that, but you know it's Stronach 5 Day today here at Laurel Park. We had a washout yesterday after the fifth race. A big storm came through here. They management had to make the right call, safety of the animals and the jockeys and everybody involved. So they made the right call, and we had to cancel after the fifth due to the rain. So a washout yesterday, but ready to jump back into it today for Stronach 5 Day.
Absolutely, Stronach 5 Day. Who needs the Oaks, right?
That's right.
Who needs the Derby? We've got the Stronach 5, and we've talked about it here. Going on for the last several months. The popularity of the bet, how it's really ramped up. People looking forward to it. A good spotlight on all of our Stronach racetracks. Competitive racing all the way through, and it offers a ton of value for all the bettors that are investing in the Stronach 5.
And there's the guarantee, $100,000 guarantee, but forget about that. They've been betting over $200,000 into this, and last Friday had two winning tickets that paid over $88,000. Industry low, 12% takeout means more money back in your pocket when you hit the Stronach 5. There's the lineup for today, Stronach 5. Once again, Laurel Park kicks it off. Race 9. We have a 10-race program, but it'll be race 9 that kicks off that Stronach 5 at about 5:12 Eastern time. Then the second leg will be Golden Gate Fields. A little different lineup this week. Golden Gate Fields, race 5 is leg B. Then leg C is Gulfstream, race 10. Then we stay at Gulfstream, race 11. Then we wrap it up, Santa Anita Park, race 6. So there's the lineup of races. I have a ticket for the Stronach 5. We'll go over that when we get to race 9. When we start the Stronach 5, I'll show you my ticket. I have a $72 ticket. I have a single in the first leg of the Stronach 5 in race 9.
It's a race. Hashtag Selfie clearly looks like the one to beat. Farrier's other horse going to take a lot of play, but that might be a little aid and a little help to the Stronach 5 bettors as they kind of maybe start a little small top and whittle it down. Maybe go a little further into the races, dig a little deeper. Some, maybe not the largest fields that we've had, but I mean there are some pretty contentious races all the way through.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so that's just Stronach 5. Let's tell you what we have going on tomorrow here at Laurel Park to celebrate Derby Day. Come on out here to Laurel Park. It's too hectic down there in Louisville. We open early tomorrow. We open at 10 o'clock. I talked to Tim Lucius yesterday. We open early today. We open at 10 o'clock tomorrow. That 12 o'clock time you see down there on the bottom left, that's when all the family fun starts. The pony rides and all that stuff. We have live music. Our special first race post time will be 12:15 tomorrow. We have a big 12-race card, some nice big fields on the turf, so lots of stuff going on. You can win a $2. You can get a $2. You don't win it. You just visit the Laurel Park on Facebook to register, and I believe you get a $2 win voucher for tomorrow Kentucky Derby Day. So you can't beat that. A free $2 bet.
Get you started. Maybe put them together and do a little show parlay or something.
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, the old show, you can build that up to.
Sure you can.
The old show parlay. So that's you can win a free bet on Laurel Park's Facebook page. Let's get right to it. Show you a picture of both main tracks. There it is. So the washout yesterday still having an effect today. Your thoughts on the track services?
Yeah, and we did what we could yesterday. They made the right move. Some moisture still stayed in within this racetrack. Muddy to start. Could get to good. You see the overcast skies, almost a little bit of a fog, the dampness, in the air here at Laurel Park. Turf firm. Didn't mind that rain. I mean, that was fine. I think, that turf course can handle it right now. Looks great. I'm calling it firm. I mean, I'll be surprised if it's not firm.
Okay. All right. So we'll keep you updated on any changes for both the main track and the turf today. Let's get right to it here.
Let's roll.
For race 1, big 10-race card today. We'll get to that Stronach 5 in race 9. Race 1, though, will kick off the Rolling Super High 5. And that has a low 15% takeout. Carryover in the first, a little shy of $700. Also, race 1 kicks off the popular Early Pick 5, which is a mandatory payout. Industry low, 12% takeout. I have a ticket. Let's check it out. I have 2 singles. There you go, 2 singles on this Early Pick 5, $32 ticket. in the opener. It's a wide open maiden 16,000 filly mares going 5.5. I go 4 deep. I used a 2, 3, 8, 9 here in the opener. Race 2, I single on Trevor McCarthy at 9 to 5 to 1. Run for James, second off the layoff for Jamie Ness. Big second last out behind Bobby G, who just came back to gallop. So I single on the 1 Run for James in the second. Race 3, that's wide open, 16,000 filly mare, 2 life going short. I used a 1, 4, 6, 7 there. Let's see, a beaten 8,000 going 7/8 in the fourth. I go 4 deep there with the 2, 4, 5, 8. And then the feature of the day, a monster third level allowance condition. Optional claiming 50,000 going a mile in a 16th on the turf in race 5. I single on Trevor McCarthy.
Wow.
He's on the 5, 24/7. Now in the barn to Jamie Ness, 9 to 2 morning line. We're going to get every bit of that because you have Force to Pass, a graded stakes winner coming off the layoff. You have Surprise Twist for Delacour. John Jones will get bet. Ghost Hunter is a graded stakes winner.
Yep.
So I'm going to get a nice price there on the 5, 24/7 with Trevor McCarthy aboard. So I'll single on that runner. $32 ticket. That's a nice feature of the day in race 5.
You look at the race. I was doing the line. It's like, Force to Pass looks like he should be the favorite coming out of those big races. He kind of regressed a little bit at the end of last summer. But, you've got Delacour. You could see, Bronx Sandman, I think, is going to kind of be the LR from the odds department, but never sleep on Gary Capp.
Sure.
You could see the whole, rest of 7 to 2, 4 to 1 in that range. Yeah.
All right, so a nice
that
feature of the day.
Absolutely.
Race 5 anchors this early pick 5. Let's see if I can get live here in the opener. And, even though I'm not making a wager here in the opener, I'm invested here in race 1. We'll get to that. Well, we showed you the tickets and everything. We're going 5.5 furlongs, maiden claiming 16,000 filly mares 3 and up. We'll get to the 3 Millie Child, who I'm intimately aware of, but let's take a look at my top pick here in race 1. I go with the 9 Shack for Love. Nobody's hotter than the leading trainer Mike Trombetta. He's 28%. And this filly by Shackelford, she's going to wake up and run better today. The Shacklefords have heart. They tried to maiden 25 in debut. That was a tough maiden 25. That was a Tim Keefe horse dropping from like maiden special weight, maiden 40.
Yeah.
That 1, 2, 3 go. So that was a tough race. Now we dropped to the maiden 16. We're going from the 1 hole in debut to the outside post in the second start. So a much better post position today for the 9 Shack for Love with Kevin Gomez. And we're going from a bug rider to Kevin Gomez.
Yeah, should be definitely part of the pace flow, I think. Little hunch play now, the way these skies are. I'll go with the 8, Foggy Dreams. First off the claim, off a little bit of a break for Rodolfo Sanchez Salomon. Beaten favorite at 4 to 5 last time. No real excuse. I mean, chase the pace. The blinkers are going to go on today. I think this horse is going to be able to make a move into this pace as well. This barn has done well. They actually scored with a horse first off the claim a couple weeks ago. Actually ran off the screen. I think it was a claim off of Bernie. But I like this. Last 90 days, he's hitting about 20% with an ROI of over $3. Let's take Foggy Dreams, a stalking trip today.
Yeah, ran well in the mud last out. Gets blinkers on. Today is going to be forwardly placed with a good outside trip. I like the 8 as well. Let's see. We both. I didn't use the 6. You have the 6 in your exact to keep up the message at a big price.
Mary Epler, I think she's going to become a force coming back into town. I would think with some horses soon. Keep up the message. Freshened. The key, the racetrack. Best number on the dirt. Sloppy at 5 furlongs. A little excuse caught wide against much better in maiden special weight company. Questionable speed types up front in here. I think keep up the message can make a run from the back.
All right, I didn't use the 6. We both used the 2. Queens are better. 0 for 16 maiden for Tim Salzman, but run some big races. Ran a real big second with a 42 Beyer speed figure back in March. That was in the mud. Now this filly gets back to the mud today with a regular rider, Yomo Ortiz. She was a beaten favorite at this level last out, but she could get back in good form today.
Yeah, her and Foggy Dreams, they've kind of taken turns beating each other. Excuse last time, momentum stalled about mid-turn to nearing the stretch, made a little run, then flattened out. Queens are better, certainly. Yeah, this looks like a little bit of jump. This is kind of a lateral move when you're looking at everything breaking down the field. And just about keep up the message. I know one thing. Mary Epler, when she throws on Ruiz, look at the strike rate. It's pretty strong here. Not from a 15-horse sample. So I like that as well. But the key for her was the moisture in the racetrack for me.
All right, I didn't use the one, but Trombetta's red hot. I used the other Trombetta on top, but you like the one a little bit. Going to get a tough trip.
Yeah.
Going to need to show a little bit more speed maybe from the inside.
Made an okay middle move against better, a little flattening outlay. Freedom Bell I like. She came back and ran big, just got beat. So that key horse is good enough for me to throw in the mix along with the way the barn is going. Let's go to race 2.
All right, let's go to race 2 here. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. You like the early pick 4. Let's take a look at your ticket, see how you played it.
Yeah, a little bit more costly, but it's Friday. People got paid, right? Or if not, go borrow a couple bucks from somebody. $32 isn't going to hurt you. Huh?
Get a partner.
That's it. Get a partner. Too deep to get you started. The 2, Narrow Escape, 12-1 morning line. I think this is a sneaky price user. And the 4, Never More. Third race spreading 1, 4, 6, and 7. Cool Alley going to be on the engine there for Claudio. Fourth race, the 8 and the 10. I like Junction off the claim for Tony Ferrier at a price. Fifth race, 1, 2, 3, 5. Breaking down the race, John Jones. I know his recent turf races haven't been good, but he's carrying, recency. He's been okay on the dirt. We remember that race on the turf at 6 furlongs. If he clears, he could go a long, long way. If he can get, not get pressured early, I think he's in for a good run today on this grass course.
All right, that's an exciting feature there in race 5. Let's take
32.
a look at the second race. We're going a mile and a 16,000 starter allowance, 3 and up. Here in race 2, I go with the 1, Run for James on top. Went to the front, last out for trainer Jamie Ness, and a good second behind Bobby G, who just came back to gallop last week, and now second off the layoff, gets an inside post, going to go right to the front, going 2 turns. This horse has won 4 times from 8 starts going this distance today, so I think his speed will be even more dangerous today, going 2 turns versus that 1 turn, 1 mile he ran last out.
Yeah, and he has sat just off of it in the past. And Trevor, he may need to do that with Soronoko in here stretching out. Soronoko draws to the extreme outside, but it's a short field. Going to try a route for the first time. I think the 6 is going to keep the 1 occupied. Those 2 are going to have to deal with each other at some point during the race. I like Never More. Second off the claim, we really like this horse last time. First off the claim for Lacey Gaudet was really keyed up, dueled. I thought the horse would sit, but still took pressure and went clear. Maybe a little tougher company. I think you're going to see maybe even more improvement second time here for Lacey Gaudet. I think Never More just tracks the speed and goes by.
Yeah, I like the 4. How about the 5 here? Blame the kids for Kieran McGee. Get the bug boy Julio Correa. Ran 4th behind Bobby G last out. Okay form on and off track. 3 for 5 in the money on and off track. I could see he's been running some decent buyer speed figures. Those numbers put him right there against this group.
It works. He doesn't mind an off track. Blame the kids. Shorter field. He should get great position just off the speed. So looking for a little pricer with Narrow Escape. He's run okay on an off track. Third off a little bit of a break. I'll toss the last one. Hung wide against Much Better. Coming back, reuniting with Weston Hamilton. There's my price user from the back of the pack in this shorter field race 2. Run for James. He ran so big off the layoff. I worry. That's the one thing with Ness when you look at the percentages. Only 5% second off of this kind of break. And with the pressure he might take, I think he's a little bit vulnerable at a short price.
All right, see if Trevor can walk the dog there on the favored. Race 3, we're going 6 furlongs, claiming 16,000. Filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime.
Okay.
Let's see. I go with the 1 on top. Well, you have the. Let's start with the 1 there. Cool Alley. Katie Davis rides this 4-year-old filly by Runaway and Hyde for Claudio Gonzalez. A big win 2 starts ago against Maiden 10,000. Won by 14 that day with a big 66 buyer. They stepped up the starter allowance company last out, and the horse went to the front, and then it was just a little too tough that day. We get easier company today. We're going from the bug boy to a journeyman rider, and this horse a sharp bullet workout last week and April 25th at Delaware, 47-1. So it looks like Claudio has this filly cranked up and ready to go. I would expect to see her show some speed from the inside.
It doesn't drop all the way down, which I think that's a good sign. Takes a little bit to get going. I know she breaks okay, but you have to kind of get into her to clear. She's going to have to do that from the route. I think she's the speed of the speed. If she shakes free, I think she's gone in here. You got to watch out, though, for the dropper here. G's Warrior. Got a stat first. Can we show the stat for G's Warrior, if we can, for Jerry Robb with these droppers going from allowance to claimers? Thanks, guys. Last 3 years on dirt stand, 4 for 13. That's 31%. 6 for 13 in the money. Allowance to claimers with an ROI. There it is at 361. G's Warrior is going to be poised to pounce in this dropping class and turf to dirt, which is another strong angle for the Robb barn, who's due to kind of pick things up and get in the winner's circle a little bit more often.
Yeah, absolutely. She had a nice maiden score last summer here at Laurel Park. We have a video spotlight to show you of G's Warrior. Let's show you the race from back in March. This race against much tougher Allowance Company.
Yeah, going to pick this race up into the turn on St. Patty's Day, and G's Warrior having to steady a little bit at the 3 ace pole, and then is able to make a little move. You see a little steady there from G's Warrior coming up. There we go, just a little steady, and they're going to make another move to the inside. It just doesn't quite sustain after that. Makes a little move to get back within a couple lengths, but falters from there. I think this class move is the right move. It doesn't run extremely strong numbers that warrants a little bit of a drop. That's good enough, guys, and I think she's going to come back today and make a significant run.
All right, so we both like the 4 G's Warrior. How about the 7-0 on the outside? First off the claim for Dale Capuano. Weston Hamilton will ride his daughter of Verrazano. Had a nice maiden score last December against Cheap. That was against Maiden 10. Then a decent second against Starter Allowance Company. Got clobbered back in March. I was coming back to the races after having a couple months off. Yeah. Dale waits some time, jams in for the 16,000. So an aggressive entry here with the 7-0, and then that's how you do it. Yeah. He's if the fillies are ready to go, she should be able to compete at this level.
You could have had her for 10. They took her off a dismal try for 32, so you scratch your head. Gets away with the drop, certainly because of the dirtied up line, but which Zira is going to show up?
Yeah,
that's the hardest gauge. One of the hardest gauges of the day when looking at these droppers.
All right, so we like the same 4 there in race 3. Let's turn the page. Race 4 will kick off the middle pick 4. We're going 7 furlongs, claiming 8,000, 3-year-olds and upward. Haven't won a race in 6 months. Races in it for 75 or less, not considered in the eligibility. We both like the 8. I go with the 8 on top here. The 8 is Cuzzy's Western for Annette Eubanks. Katie Davis will ride a big win against Beaten Nickel Company 2 starts ago with a 78 buyer. Came back and ran okay against Starter Allowance last out. He might have bounced a little bit, regressed to a 68. I could see him bouncing back to a big number today. Yeah. That's an easier spot than that Starter Allowance last out. He's a 4-time winner at Laurel Park, and he's going to show speed. I'll go with the 8, Cuzzy's Western, right to the front maybe.
Race not as cluttered now. Some scratches in here. The 6, 7, and the 9 are out of it. Cuzzy's Western tactical. Going to work, turning back to just a little bit to the 7 furlongs. Chinichi, the 3, is going to just go. He's pretty quick in his own right. Can he carry it? Could be dangerous, but a little bit of a suspicious drop here does get the condition for Hugh McMahon. I think Cuzzy's Western maybe gets first run. Kind of just keeps that one occupied. But Junction is a horse off the claim. I like the protect move up to the 8,000 condition. Source it go back on some numbers when it was in the D'Angelo barn. Buyers of 69.68. That's the kind of number it's going to take to win this race. I think he can do it. Keys up well with Bob's my uncle. We see how well he's done now in recent starters. Junction, going to be a price. I think you're going to get at least 6-8 to 1 on him.
All right, yeah, you'll get a nice price there. He comes out of a key race. Turbin and MB Grace both came back to win. He's cutting back to 7 furlongs today. I like that, even though he's 0 for 3 at the distance. Well,
yeah.
I didn't use him. I was hoping you get a big price on him.
Okay.
If I'd have used him, you'd gotten like 4 to 1 or something. Now you'll get like 8 to 1.
Yeah,
or
let's
something.
get 8 to 1. I'll take 8.
Get a nice price on him.
All right.
All right, let's get a quick commercial break. The pick 6 starts in race 5. Tim Tulloch, he has a ticket for that. Stronach 5, that starts in race 9. We'll take a look right after this.
Let's rock it.
All right, here we go. Welcome back. Today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 will start in race 5. Let's show you the carryover. As we washed out yesterday, so same carryover as yesterday. $1,517 starts in race 5 today on the 10-race program. Tim Tulloch, my co-host in the afternoon, he has a ticket. You can check that out on the website, laurelpark.com. Okay. Underneath the handicapping section, we'll show it this afternoon as well. We want to make sure we save time to get to that Stronach 5 starting in race 9. But race 5, our feature of the day
race.
here. We're going a mile in a 16th rail setting at 87 feet, a third level allowance condition, optional claiming 50,000. And well, let's start with the 3. John Jones, your top pick here. Vargas aboard for Lacey Gaudette. This horse, he's run some big ones before on the Laurel grass.
He's come back to form here over the winter. You see some of these numbers rising on the dirt. 83, 86, 87 at a mile and an eighth last time against a good field. Yeah, only 1 for 6 on the grass, but you've got some horses here off of a little bit of time. Questionable recent form of note when you look at the page. I'm just hoping, can he outrun Bronx Sandman early? I think he can. I think he can outrun Super Dude. He holds a little value here today. I'm hoping John Jones, back to the turf, can walk the dog for Lacey Gaudette.
Yeah, that's I didn't get to him. I've always liked John Jones. I just didn't get to him. You'll get a decent 5-to-1 price on him. He just catches a super tough monster.
Right.
It's like a stake race. This allowance condition. So I didn't use the lightly race this year. He better be on his A game today. I'm sure Lacey he's been working well. So I'm sure Lacey has him ready to roll. I go with the 5 on top, 24/7. Now in the barn, the trainer Jamie Ness. Midwest had this horse down at the fairgrounds this past winter. It was running okay, a big 4th at this allowance level back in late January. He got a 90 buyer speed figure that day, and he's capable of even bigger. He had a nice allowance win at Arlington Park last summer. Trevor McCarthy takes the call for trainer Jamie Ness. They're 25% together. So just like you're taking a shot here with a nice price, I'll take a shot here with the 5, 24/7, who's is probably going to get away around 9-2, 5-1.
Yeah, we think. I'll be shocked if anybody ends up 8-5, 9-5. You know, we've been fooled of late. Sometimes these bettors, they just zero in on a horse, and a lot of them, they haven't been coming through of late. Some really overbet horses here at Laurel. Yeah, I think 24/7 is a user. Anytime you see Divisadero on the page, the horse a couple lengths in front of that one, you've got to use the old standby here. Delacour, though, on the turf, teaming up with Daniel Centeno. How about these guys over the last few years? 32%, at Laurel with these turf races. Didn't really get a lot of pace help last time. Going to hope he gets it today. Kind of flat down at Tampa, but the move back, this horse has run 2 of his better races of recent note over this Laurel turf course. He's going to make a move somewhere from mid-pack. They could be definitely clumped up leaving the 3/8 pole unless John Jones just wants to go straight ahead and go and try to open up.
Centeno's going to give this horse a masterful ride. He'll get a ground-saving trip. I love the 1 surprise twist today. Let's talk about the 2. Force to Pass, the 7-year-old who's a Grade 1 winner. He's made over $1.3 million. Javion Toledo takes the call for Jorge Duarte, who's taken over for Alan Goldberg, training the private stable of Colts Neck Stable. And this horse been working well up there at the Colts Neck Stable Training Center that's up in New Jersey, close to Monmouth Park. He's coming off a long layoff for a 7-year-old, but the works look good. This is a nice allowance level for him today. He's been running against Grade 3. Last time we saw him last summer and fall at Monmouth and Belmont, all Grade 3 company. He did have a nice allowance win May of last year, so he did win last year. If he's ready to go, he could handle this group on memory alone, right?
Definitely tailed off a little bit last year and warranted the layoff. Interesting, the 7-year-old, he's showing. Obviously, in the mornings, he wants to get back, and let's go ahead and race. It's only 17 starts as a 7-year-old, so really cautiously handled his Force to Pass. Yeah, right, when he's right and he's fresh today, I think he might be keyed up a little bit as well. You might see him laying a little bit closer. It's tough to dismiss this old vet, and Duarte's bringing nothing but live runners here to Laurel Park. He had a really good run down at Gulfstream. Going to try to bring that north for the Mid-Atlantic throughout this spring and summer months.
All right, so nice big feature of the day there. Race 5 to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. Race 6 will kick off the late Pick 5. No carryover. They hit it last Sunday for a little over 6,000, but as always, that industry low 12% takeout. Late Pick 5 starts in race 6. We're going 5.5 furlongs, rail setting at 35 feet. Maiden claiming 40,000, filly mares 3 and up. And I go with the 3 English Heiress on top. You like the 3 as well. We have a video spotlight of this filly. She's a 4-year-old daughter of Scat Daddy. Here's the turf debut late April at Laurel.
Certainly top and bottom, bred to handle the grass, and I tell you, makes a nice little middle move here. Had to break and get position from the 10 post in a field of 10, and they went quick early. You see that 21-4, 44-1, and doing all the dirty work behind the speed right there, and just kind of flattens a little bit late, but only beaten all in all 4 1/4 lengths. Ode to Joy is going to be the one that's going to close to get up and win this, but trying every step of the way after making that strong move to get position from the outside post. Now moves inside, a little drop in class for trainer Robbie Bales and owner Sam English. English heiress, definitely a forward factor a long way in here.
Yeah, I have her on top. She's a well-bred filly by Scat Daddy out of a not-for-love mare. Maybe that's the only question mark. And she's a Virginia-bred, eligible for Virginia-bred only maiden races.
Yeah.
And now they dangle her in for the 40,000 tag. So maybe that's a little cause for concern. But I go with her on top. The 9 we both like as well. On the outside, Dendrobia coming off the layoff for Tim Keefe. Forrest Boyce will ride a big second last October at this level on a yielding turf course. So she's run some big ones, some decent works right here at Laurel Park. She should get a nice trip on the outside.
Yeah, the key is she's going to be able to kind of get up in time. And Tim Keefe, a little unlucky with these turf sprints over the last year and a half. The winner's circle has kind of eluded him. But Denrobia is certainly a must-use over recent turf sprint for him. And this horse is going to make a run with Forrest Boyce. Yeah, and we both used the 1 and the 4 here, Stan. It looked like maybe the logical first is, to throw into the mix. If you're going to box 4 horses, maybe go ahead and do this little exacta try box here, 1, 3, 4, and 9. Superfecta as well. Tass, we'll talk about her first. Trainer Chucky Lawrence comes in with his runner. You got McCarthy. That's your first sign. You've got to pay closer attention. Debut and maiden claiming. He's 27%. Not as great maybe with the turfers, but Temple City, you see more than ready. The mare was only 0 for 1 on the turf. There's enough breeding there, and the call to McCarthy, I think, works for me in this spot, and as well the 4 YU Sassy from Milan Milosevic. You have to pay attention to YU. There's turf. Half to a 5-time winner. I think the most recent successful turf runner out of this mare was YU Ass. It might have been Dale Capuano, if I remember, that ran pretty well over this Laurel turf course.
Yeah, and you have El Padrino on the top side, so she's a well-bred filly. Bullet work from the gate last weekend at Pimlico for the 4 YU Sassy. So, all right, so we like some similar horses there in race 6 to kick off the late pick 5. Let's turn the page. Race 7 will kick off the late pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs on the main track. Nice first level allowance condition for Maryland bred, Maryland sired filly mares 3 and up, and we both had the 7 on top. We have a video spotlight of the 7. What a nice claim by trainer Bill Comlow. Here's the start from April 19th.
Yeah, breaks well, right on top, but I tell you, Correa, showing a little moxie here, not like a 7-pound bug rider, Stan. Says, okay, guys, I can see what you want to do inside and outside. I'm just going to ease back off of you and sit patiently. And I tell you, a really good hand. You love seeing young riders like this showing the ability to judge the flow of the race, to handle a little bit of traffic caught in between and not really even panicking. And Last Love goes ahead and goes on the attack when called upon past the 3/8 pole. You see, goes ahead and puts a head in front there and is able to kind of widen from the stretch. We're going to pick it up here. That's Brenda's GLP. I think that was the first time. Claudio horse, who we expected to show a lot of speed, and she did. But watch Last Love from the quarter pole home. Just not going to just kind of ask for a best here. It's like a veteran rider. Said, okay, now we're just going to go ahead, little steady hand ride. We're comfortably in front. We're not going to beat you up from the 8th pole home. I like Last Love. Yeah, sharp claim on a good sealed surface, probably what she's going to get this afternoon.
All right, so we both have the 7 on top. We both like the 2 as well. Bunting for Rodney Jenkins. Victor Carrasco will ride a big maiden score 2 starts ago, and a decent third last out behind 3 Hawk and 216. This filly, she's never run a bad race. Victor back aboard today. She had a sizzling bullet 5 furlong workout last weekend, a minute and 3. So she's sitting on go right now, the 2 Bunting.
Yeah, this is all going to depend on Victor. What's he want to do? She's got to turn a foot. When does he want to use it with Bunting? Just has to avoid trouble into that far turn. She'll make a move. I have the 1 as the morning line favorite. I think it's going to go between the 1 and the 7. I just see that kind of gaudy 85, and I know it's going back to last summer. But coming to a popular barn, Horacio De Paz, the bettors like to bet his horses. So interesting move. What's she going to bring to the table? If she can bring that anywhere from maybe a low to mid 70s, she's probably going to win this race. But I'm a little skeptical, kind coming off a little bit of a break, moving west-east. We'll see. But you got Trevor, again, hard to dismiss in your exactas. But Last Love, certainly the key horse in here. She's thriving right now for Comlo.
Yeah, what a nice claim for $25,000. Now she's a favorite to win a nice allowance race today. Let's take a look here at race 8 to kick off the final pick 3. Now, we do have video of the work by Always Mining this morning up at Fair Hill, so we're going to show you that after we talk about race 10. But race 8's a maiden 25, 3 and up, going a mile, turf, rail at 35 feet. The One Sweet Brother gets first-time Lasix for Lacey Gaudet. This horse showed speed last out when stretching out to a mile against maiden 16,000. I'm not worried about the step back up to maiden 25. This race kind of came up a little light.
Very light.
Came up very light. So I think maybe Victor just goes right to the front from the inside here with the One Sweet Brother.
I was shocked to see Rough C scratch out here. Going to opt for the dirt. I mean, you look at the one turf number is 73. Obviously, a couple work since, but they're going to wait and run this horse on the dirt. So Rough C gone today, back soon. Watch Me Nene, I think ran awfully big at a price last time. That was 134 to 1. Got the staggers late, but worked through a lot of pace and held well. I thought actually to the 16th pole, a little more. Same amount of ground, going to have to cover a little bit more ground from all the way out today. I think this horse is going to hang around with the X-Men. But I go to Seville Barber. Off a little off, hasn't been seen since November. Tim Woolley scored with a firster on the turf at a monstrous price.
Yeah.
You look at the bottom side here. Be My Love, 3 for 12 on the turf, made 80,000, ran upwards of an 80. Seville, we're seeing they can handle the turf. They thought this horse was a router all along. Now we're going off a little freshening. I think this horse is a must-use here for a barn. Its turf horses cannot be dismissed.
Absolutely. First-time gelding as well. We both like the 3. I like the 10 and my exact, the Boolan for Trano Finnica Bentley. This horse actually has a little turf form, a good second in debut at Delaware last summer, and then a decent third against Maiden Special Weight going a mile on the turf at Parks last September. We see an effort like that. Bullen could be right there.
Yep.
Angel Suarez, he's going to be able to kind of have his own way early on here with the early speed of Bullen. He's going to be trying to clear from the outside, might get a perfect stalking trip.
And that 52 on the turf back there, I think that is that kind of like a monstrous fig compared to the rest of the field. How do I not have that one? And you woke me up back to Bullen. Too many things going on in this little head of mine. So we're going to throw him into the exact as well. 311-1, 311-1-8. 10. How you like that?
At the 10 for
there
the Super
go.
High 5. All right, Stronach 5 time here in race 9. Let's take a look here. The Stronach 5 is a $100,000 guarantee. They bet over $200,000 into it last Friday. It paid over $88,000 or 2 winning tickets last Friday. Industry low 12% takeout on the Stronach 5, and there you see it. All right, 100. They'll forget that guarantee. They'll bet over $200,000 into it. Once again today, especially with the big handle nationwide with Kentucky Oaks Day. Let's check out the lineup of races. It'll start Laurel Park, race 9 at about 5:12 Eastern time. Then Golden Gate Fields, race 5. Leg C will be Gulfstream, race 10. Leg D, Gulfstream, race 11. Leg E will be Santa Anita Park, race 6. I have a ticket for the Stronach 5. Let's check it out real quick. I go with a single in the first leg. The 7 #selfie is going to be a popular favorite for Claudio Gonzalez. She looks awfully tough to beat. I single on her. Then race in the second leg, I go 3 deep with the 178. In the second leg I go 178. The third leg at Gulfstream race 10, the 4 Lisa Mila going to be a heavy favorite, but the 5 Schutzpa, I think the 5's live in there as well. Then leg D I go 4 deep at Gulfstream. That's a maiden 20 going 7.5 on the turf. I go with the 5, 6, 8, 9. Then leg E at Santa Anita. That's a nice allowance race going 5 furlongs on the turf. I go with the 2, 3, 6. Let's check out race 9 to kick off this big Stronach 5. The popular national wager will start with a nice $5,000 starter allowance. Filly and mares 3 and up. We're going a mile in a 16th, and the 7 #selfie going to be a popular favorite. We have a video to show you. Here's the last race a couple weeks ago, April 19th. Here she is cruising, turning for home.
Yeah, just absolutely cruising. Almost easily we could have given this one. Just able to kind of take a little pressure early. They weren't going that fast, and it said, boy, when the jock said go, she said, okay. but I'm not even going to have to ask you. You're just going to cruise to the wire. Catches another field stand, kind of devoid of any real true speed, and I like her draw to the outside. She should measure anybody who wants to go and kind of try to get the jump on Lonely Drifter, a horse who's red hot for Tony Fair. Lonely Drifter trying to go for her 4th win in a row.
Yeah, so the hashtag Selfie, an 8-time winner here at Laurel Park. She has won on and off track.
Yes.
She loves this distance.
Mm-hmm.
You just saw her going a 1-turn, 1 mile there. I love her going 2 turns, even better. So Victor, Carlos Carrasco, and Claudio, they're 35% together. She'll be able to dictate her own terms, breaking from the 7 hole. We both like the 6 here, Lonely Drifter. This horse is looking for 4 in a row, and we both like the 1 as well here. Girl Drama gets the bug boy, Felix Pinero. How this horse went first off the claim going? Got beaten a nickel 3 life, stepped up into a tough nickel starter, and galloped with a big 64.
Yeah, had a serious duel up in front and just went right on by. Felix
46 to 1.
He was waving his stick and drove in the next day in a beautiful new BMW SUV. Hats off to Felix. Now, I don't know if he did that, but Girl Drama, we seen Corrales with Bobby G move right up off the claim.
Yep.
This could be the same, and has run a mile back here at Laurel. Little fade, but not with that kind of number like she ran off the claim. So Girl Drama, I'm not going to get beat by her again in my exact. I can tell you that. And she's going to sit another trip. She's going to draft in a good position.
All right, so hashtag Selfie looks awfully tough to beat there. Race 9, my single to kick off the Stronach 5. Race 10, let's take a look here. Race 10, we're going a flat mile. Maiden claiming 10,000 for filly mares 3 and up. I go with the 4 on top. My price play of the day, Shall We Dance, is 5 to 1. Woke up at a big price last out. Now, it was first-time blinkers last out at 24 to 1. It came 5 wide, and a real good third with a by far lifetime best number last out with a 38. That was going 2 turns, little cut back to a mile today. Should be dead fit. She's by Lemon Drop Kid. I'll take a shot here with the 4, Shall We Dance, with Caramanos on top for Ferris Allen.
A little bit of a head scratcher. You've got to spread in here. I am a dancer, 0 for 20, but, she took play last time. And we know one thing. She's going to be able to get the distance, and I think she's going to be part of it. She'll be taking measure of the speeds. Maybe American Star will go out to the front end. Shall We Dance will be a little bit closer. Even Gabby V stretching out for Claudio off of that 5.5, I think will be forward. I kind of end up with the 7, Correa, on Queen of Muskoka. Live bug rider. The blinkers go on. Softer pace, a little bit of trouble, but try to actually come back a little bit at the end. And this is a horse, she took a lot of play there. Carl Duran does good work. I like Queen of Muskoka up near the pace and maybe just grinds it out at a square price.
All right, so go deep as you can there in race 10. All right, we're right on time. We have some nice video to show you. Always Mining. He's won, 5, 6 in a row. He crushed him in the Tessio. Here he is working this morning up there at a foggy Fairhill.
Just
pretty good looking work there.
Along,
this is for this is the 3-year-old, the Maryland bred, trained by Kelly Rubley. He earned an automatic berth into the Preakness with that win in the Tessio, and he beat Win, my pick for the Kentucky Derby. What an exciting showdown that would be. Phenomenal work there. Thanks to Steve Martin and Phil and Dave who went up there to get that. There'll be a press release coming out today about Always Mining with the video. So just check on laurelpark.com later on today. You'll be able to see that video with the press release. But, Always Mining, maybe waiting for the Derby winner, win in the Preakness.
Razor sharp, laying in the weeds right now. It's going to be a tricky horse to line. Once we see everybody who's coming in for the Preakness. But, with him, his last race, I don't know if it was his best to me visually. He was able to kind of handle a little traffic into the first turn. Took him a little bit to kind of get it together, though. Then he finally, from the 3 ace poles, just turned it on. But, man, looking at that work right there, that was powerful.
Yep,
absolutely.
He looks sharp. And, you might have Omaha Beach to line in the Preakness as well. Against the Derby winner and Always Mining.
Is he coming back?
Well, I'm guessing. I'm not sure how long the throat ailment is. I'm not sure.
But you've got some other horses that have kind of
laying in the woods.
That are also I think we're going to have some fresh horses coming in to the Preakness.
All right, Preakness.com for all your tickets and information. We're out of time. We're 30 minutes out for race 1. Dave Rodman coming up next with today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.